Well, hey there. Good morning. Welcome in. Welcome to August 18th. I hope you're doing fantastic. Hope things are going well for you. I am looking at messages that need to be shared right now. I did put up Air, Fire, Earth, Water for the new moon in Leo last night. So if you haven't seen that, I put it up kind of late, not my usual afternoon post, but I thought it might be an opportune time to try something a little new. In terms of posting time, that is. You know, we kind of play around with stuff all the time. If you guys have any questions you'd like me to ask, like for the lives, I do a live on Patreon on Thursday. I also do a live on YouTube, and then I do a members only live on YouTube on Friday, noon and 1 respectively. And the Patreon and the 1 o'clock live reading usually is about Q&A. It's kind of a theme. It's like, what would you guys like to look at today? Okay, so if you want to join up for any of those, also all the extendeds for these morning messages, you can be found on Patreon. I don't know if you know that, so I just want to make sure that if you do, you can grab all of these extendeds and those lives and the monthly readings for each individual sign. So may not have said that in a while. So there you go. All right, so let's see where we are. Two cards that had moonlight in it. All right, we are going into this Leo new moon on August 19th. It is about stepping into your power in a big way, which is just so like life affirming. I'm feeling that really strongly right now. Voyage of the heart. Love flows through you and to you. Desert passage. Surrendering to the journey. Release control. And that is, God, that's sometimes the hardest thing to do, don't you think? That, especially if you're somebody who has been, successful in your life. And I mean that like in a, well, this is always kind of worked way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've always just been able to affect change in my life. I've always been able to say, like when we talk about manifesting, one of my big things a year or two ago was like, okay, but you got to move your feet. You can't just sit on your couch and be like, I'm manifesting, right? You've got to actually move your feet because you're the one who's working with the universe. So if you want something to happen, if you want to be a physical therapist, you're going to have to like apply to school. You're going to have to do all the certifications and things like that. You can't just like expect the universe to, bam, here you go. Here's your certifications. It doesn't work like that. But what the universe will do is the road rises up to meet you. So you'll come across people who will help you in your journey. You're going to do all those things. And right now, I feel like some of you who might be frustrated because you're trying to affect change, we are having Mars going into retrograde September 9th. And that's always a difficult placement or retrograde for those who really, do stuff, right? And so, I mean, I don't always do stuff. Sometimes things come across my path, things I've manifested in the past. Oh, okay, here's this now, right? Divine timing. So let's see where we go here. I feel like this is about being more in the flow of the energy, allowing things to move around, allowing your life to unfold as it is intended to, the combination of you working with the universe and your soul path. Okay? The more aligned you're with that soul path, the less pain you're going to feel, the less struggle you'll have, because it's about control. If you are struggling, there's something that you're trying to control that's out of alignment for what your life path is. Okay, King of Pentacles, 8 of Cups, 3 of Wands. Could be walking towards something new that you're manifesting, something different. After being successful with something, you might be moving on from that. Or a person who is coming into your life has done that. 8 of Wands, Page of Swords, right, reaching out, talking. This Ace of Pentacles one has been big, that Leo energy. 7 of Swords, 3 of Swords, King of Wands. Woo! Could be walking away from a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo walking toward a Leo, especially a Leo, Aries, Sag, someone who's had a rough time of it, okay? Who's learned from their lessons. Yeah, check it out. So you might have had a relationship with somebody that was very stable, or you've walked away from a life that you created. Doesn't mean you're walking away from a person, but you could be walking away from a life that you created that by all intents and purposes was successful, right? King of Pentacles, very grounded, very, abundant. And it's like, okay, that isn't enough anymore. There's something about that isn't enough. It's not enough. So I get 8 of Cups here and 8 of Wands. So you could be talking, you could be communicating with somebody, or you could be reaching out to see what the options are. Someone could be reaching out to you. There's a new opportunity. That's what you're walking toward. You have asked the universe, 8 of Wands, Page of Swords, and you've asked the universe, manifesting, right? And you're walking toward it, taking action, and then you're getting a little notification. Bing! A notification is right. Like, it could come from social media. It could be an article about something. It could be a person showing up. It could be a new entrepreneurial opportunity with somebody. I feel like 7 of Swords and 3 of Swords. This person might have had some bad luck in the past. For some of you, you could know this person and you guys already had a relationship. Somebody here doesn't want to get married, I think. Empress and the 7 of Wands. Resisting life partner, resisting wife, resisting, okay? But wanting the relationship. So a person who's really been through the mill has had a rough time of it with relationships. Aries, Leo, Sag, Taurus, Libra. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords, Knight of Swords, Ace of Swords. Okay, so what's this one here? Judgment. Yep, crossroads. This person is at the time in their life when they're like, you know what? I am looking at how I manifest. This could be you, or this could be a new person coming into your life, right? If you've walked away, somebody's walked away from a very stable life. Okay? Could be Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, but this person definitely has the energy of earth, and then that moves into fire. Right? Very inspirational. This person could say stuff like, everybody I know who's married is unhappy. Okay? And they're kind of looking still through the lens of their own, unhappiness. They're still looking back to the past a little too much. Okay? Because a thing they had is over. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords. It's really done. It's not like they're still married or anything like that. They could be like, they could have gotten their clock cleaned in their divorce and they're angry about it. And so they're very much speaking truth about the anger, but it's coming out like, oh no, I don't want to ever get married again. I don't want to ever be part of that again. Even though you're the right person for them, you are somebody who is ready for something new. And now for something completely different. Okay? You could have walked away from something, and at one point, this could have been a long time ago. Okay? Something that was stable. Could have been, Could have been you decided to walk away for your own happiness. It wasn't that happy. It was stable. 6 of Wands and Queen of Swords. This is a voyage of the heart. So what you're doing here is you're leaving behind a relationship that was fine. Okay? It wasn't a soulmate in that, how you're terming a soulmate, which is this person is the person I want to spend the rest of my life with. It was like I got married because it was safe, or this person felt safe to me, right? Especially if you've had to deal with a lot of crap in relationships, this person might have felt very stable and solid to you, but it was not fulfilling. Okay? It just wasn't. And this person could also had kind of a similar experience. I feel like for you, if that happened for you, it happened a long time ago. This person could have just left behind something like that. It's fresh. Okay? It's fresh. 7 of Swords, 3 of Swords, somebody really, I feel like somebody could have really hurt them, but I don't think they're saying that. I think they're resisting talking about it, not really talking about that experience. They just feel like they have they're like turned on, right? Turned on by the idea of a new beginning. They do love. They do want to be in love. They're a good partner. Okay. I think they got really clobbered by somebody. Okay. So they were in a long-term relationship that is done. 10 of Swords and 10 of Pentacles. I do say that there is still some anger there, or their spouse could be angry at them for walking away. All right. If they walked away, their spouse still is harboring a lot of anger about that. Okay. But it was a tough situation. And I do feel like you're putting out into the universe, you're putting out this vibe, 8 of Wands, right? 8 of Wands, 8 of Cups. I'm walking away from the thing that's stable because it's unsatisfying. That's the 8 of Cups. It's unsatisfying. Not just like, oh, well, we had a lot of money, or we had plenty of money to pay the bills, and it just was not a thing. There just was no there. There was no, it wasn't that there was no love. How do I want to say this? There was just no satisfaction to it. There was no good stuff. There might have been in the beginning, but I think that it kind of just dwindled, and I feel like you're really at the point where you're ready for something new and good and connected. And the person that you're going to be dealing with is somebody who had a really bad experience with the institution of marriage. Not necessarily just the person they married, but the experience that they had. Okay, a little bit of blame for the person they were with, but they were not good at communicating with each other. They did a lot of sneaky things behind each other's backs. They didn't know how to communicate or talk with each other, and it ended up being a heartbreak situation. This person feels like they got gypped. Okay, they might have married like their college sweetheart or something like that, and it just kind of like dried up, and they just never. What's that story in House? If you ever watched the show House, little boy, his parents, his mom has some kind of venereal disease, and his dad didn't give it to her, and so they have to take the little boy out of the room where they tell the parents what's going on, the husband and wife, and so House is walking down the hall to get the kid a soda and says, "Your parents fight a lot?" He's like, "Nope, can't fight if you don't talk." And House was like, "Oh yeah." So that's kind of what this was. It was like somebody might have snuck away in the middle of the night, or somebody might just have snuck off. So it really left a bad taste in this person's mouth about marriage as an idea, as an institution, right? And I don't know that they know that you can do whatever you want, that you can make the kind of relationship that works for you, but you got to learn how to communicate. And King of Wands can communicate, okay? They can. King of Wands is a good one here. And Empress too. Empress, Queen of Swords. This is about standing up for what it is you want and speaking truth about that, okay? I think this person is going to do that, but you might, in the beginning, feel a lot of anger, okay? Because they didn't know how to communicate, and so a lot of things went unsaid. So there's all this stuff that's got to come out of them, okay? And, you know, unfortunately, you might be the one who's in the way. And I don't mean that they're going to yell at you or anything like that, but it might not be the most pleasant experience because they still haven't really metabolized it, okay? So this is happening fairly quickly. I see, for whoever this message is for this morning, this is about surrendering and releasing control for both of you. This person also needs to understand, I think they have this idea, and this could be you or the other person, however this resonates for you. You could be pissed at the fact that you could not control this. that you see it as, it may be an incorrect assumption or whatever, because this relationship that they had was probably doomed to fail, but they think they can control everything in their life. They think they can affect change, right? So it can be really frustrating. Mars in retrograde in Aries. It can be really frustrating for someone who's very accomplished or someone who's successful, who's always been able to, I push a button here and money comes out here. I communicate with someone and I get what I want back. That's going to be a little bit of a struggle here because they didn't happen with them before and now they're angry about it, okay? If this is you, there's an opportunity coming across your path. I will look at Leo. Obviously, Leo here in a big way. But this Leo and a new moon, this 3 of Swords showing up in the middle is a timing card. And that is 3 days, okay? So this is happening fast. A crossroads coming, okay? So Aries, Leo, Sag. I will look at all the fire signs. Taurus and Libra. Yeah, Taurus and Libra. Okay, all right, surrendering to the journey. Okay. All right, link is below if you'd like to continue on. There's also a link to Patreon if you want to get all of the morning messages, extended reads. You're welcome to do that. Either way, I'll see you over there.